All right, another loaded show on tap for you today. Welcome into Golden State Warriors today. I'm Chase Senior, and we begin with the trade for Gary Payton II. On NBA trade deadline day, a lot of Dubs fans are really excited about him coming back to the Warriors after signing that big deal with the Portland Trail Blazers, but then it was flagged that the Portland Trail Blazers were withholding medical information, and we weren't sure if the trade was going to be completed. But officially, that trade is going down. So we're going to talk about that. Also coming up, Andrew Wiggins, since getting sick and being injured, has not been the same player, and this coming after he signed that contract extension. And last year, en route to the NBA championship, he was great. But could the Warriors look to potentially trade him at some point during the NBA offseason? And, of course, a latest injury update on him as well. First, though, make sure you help us get to 47,000 subscribers. For those of you who tuned in to our NBA trade deadline coverage, I greatly appreciate it. I was unable to be here because I was at Super Bowl 57, covering that all week on the NFL side of things here at Chat Sports. So for those of you who watched us, we do appreciate that. 109 people away from 47,000 subscribers. Can we get there with this video? I also want to ask you this. If you are subscribed, this is a sub-only question here. What's your favorite thing about Golden State Warriors today? We want to hear your feedback down below in the comment section, so make sure you let us know and sound off with what you think. Let's begin with this. So Shams Charania taken to Twitter to update us on what's going on with Gary Payton II. And honestly, we want to run through a couple of the tweets here because this is the timeline here of what kind of has transpired over the last couple of days. So February 10th. Couple of days ago, Justin, failed physical exam of Gary Payton II, has placed the Golden State, Portland, Detroit, Atlanta 4-team deal in serious jeopardy. And then it was Woj who followed up with saying this on February 11th, a day later, as all of this kind of transpired over the weekend. Golden State Warriors have until 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday to make a decision on Gary Payton's physical and the fate of a 4-team trade with the Blazers, Hawks, and Pistons. Franchise may indeed push into tomorrow to evaluate Payton's abdominal injury and make a choice. The next day, ESPN sources. This coming on Sunday, 4-team trade held up by Golden State's concern over GP2's physical is tracking to be completed today. Deal allows Payton to go to the Warriors, James Wiseman to go to Detroit, Saddiq Bey to Atlanta, and Kevin Knox to Portland to join their new teams. 4-team trade involving Golden State, Portland, Atlanta, and Detroit has been completed, sources tell ESPN. Players are cleared to start playing for their new teams on Monday, but of course GP2 will not go to the Warriors, or at least play for the Warriors as of yet because of that abdominal injury. Kind of unfortunate for him. He was having a great year, last year, and then got hurt because of that wrist injury, missed a lot of the playoffs, signed that massive deal with Portland, and then has barely played with the Portland Trail Blazers, and now might not rejoin the Warriors until playoff time. So here are the official trade details, as now it is officially official. Gary Payton II, 2 second-round picks to the Warriors. Trail Blazers receive Kevin Knox, 5 second-round picks. James Wiseman able to get some more playing time, hopefully, with the Detroit Pistons, even though Jalen Duren is playing really well at that 5 spot. So the trade kind of is weird to me because now you have 2 young players in the front court, and then the Hawks get Saddiq Bey. So to welcome Payton back to the Bay Area, type that jersey number down below. The 0 looked clean on him last year. Going to look clean once again, and hopefully he can bolster this team once he comes back for the playoffs. If healthy, obviously, this pickup is huge. And we continue to talk about the fact that the Warriors could trade away James Wiseman just because he wasn't fitting into this year's plans and because they needed to maximize this win-now window. We talked about that last year. We talked about it this year, and it just wasn't working out. So basically, from a logistics standpoint and a value standpoint, you try to weigh James Wiseman basically for Gary Payton II. It's not great. But if it helps you and your chances of winning an NBA championship, then maybe it could be worth it down the road. Obviously, though, you basically admitted that that pick was a bust, but if healthy, this pickup is huge. As for Steph Curry, going to continue to be injured over the next couple of weeks, so it's up for the other players on this roster to really pick up the slack for this Warriors team that has been Jekyll and Hyde and kind of disappointing all throughout this year. As for what GP2 did with the Blazers, really didn't play all that much. 15 games, I believe, 4 points per game, 2.5 rebounds in that limited action. Did shoot about 53% from three-point range, nearly 59% from the field. Stats with the Warriors, though, solid. I mean, you look at the production, it's not crazy by any means, but his role with the Warriors is something that he was able to perfect and something, obviously, they really, really value to bring him back after he signed that fat contract in free agency. And by the way, by trading away James Wiseman, Warriors save about $100 million on the luxury tax. So I do like this pickup for Golden State if it reaps dividends this year and obviously in the immediacy of the next couple of years as the Warriors try to capitalize on this championship window. So grade the pickup for the Dubs, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know down below in the comment section. It's basically GP2 for James Wiseman. Let us know down below. As for Andrew Wiggins, we're going to give you the latest injury update on him. Simply has not been the same player. Stay tuned for that. First, though, I want to tell you about a great deal thanks to our friends at Fanatics and a couple of really good deals. This Warriors hoodie is phenomenal. I mean, it reminds me of the We Believe Warriors with Baron Davis back in the day. Chatsports.com/Dubs deal. You get the split colors right down the center. And then some Warriors championship gear also available at this link at Chatsports.com/Dubs deal. So we showed you a hoodie. We showed you a t-shirt. How about a hat as well? This hat is dope. Chatsports.com/Dubs deal. If you want to get swagged up and swagged out with the best Warriors merchandise, we have you covered thanks to our friends at Fanatics. All right. Andrew Wiggins, Patrick Beverley. Couple of interesting stuff here. With Beverly, Woj said that the Warriors might look to sign him to the roster on the buyout market. This could be fascinating for a couple of reasons. This is what Woj had to say. The Warriors get out in the buyout market. Perhaps a guard like Patrick Beverley might be on their radar. This is a team that definitely has to improve defensively. GP2 can allow you to do that. He's not available right now, though. Patrick Beverley is. And if Payton is still hurt, Beverley, really good depth in that backcourt for Golden State. His three-point numbers, not great this year as well as last year. But if he can live around 36, 37%, then that's pretty solid numbers because he is going to get some open looks. And yes, he does have a personality that is certainly unique, but that can be harnessed with this Warriors culture and on this Warriors roster with the front office and with this ownership. 6.5 points per game this year with the Los Angeles Lakers, 40% from the field, high-level defense, of course. And then let's go back to that conversation that I kind of previewed a little bit earlier about Andrew Wiggins. NBA analysis proposing a summer trade involving Andrew Wiggins. Interesting for a couple of reasons, and I don't really like it. I'd rather hold on to Andrew Wiggins. Now, you hold on to him, you got to pay him that big contract as compared to the players who you're bringing in a Davis Bertans, a Reggie Bullock, and Josh Green. Josh Green looked as though he's going to be a bust coming out of Arizona and Australia. He is having a great year this year. Reggie Bullock, a classic 3-and-D. Davis Bertans, way too streaky as a three-point shooter. I would just rather have Andrew Wiggins than all those players. But first-round picks, pretty appealing too, as the Warriors might look to retool down the road in 2025 and 2027 as this core gets a little bit older. This is strictly a cost-cutting deal. And basically, in trading away James Wiseman, it was a cost-cutting deal. And you look at the contracts that are set to be on the books for the Dubs next year in 2023, 2024, as we kind of peek ahead. Steph Curry, nearly $52 million. Klay Thompson, 43 plus. Jordan Poole, 28.7. Draymond Green, if his option is exercised and he doesn't become a free agent, 27.5. And for Andrew Wiggins, 24.3. Some tough decisions are going to have to be made. And let's hope that Bob Myers is the one who's making them because his contract has not been renewed beyond this year. And if the Warriors let him go, ridiculous move that just would make no sense. He's the best basketball executive in the sport right now. So if you do have to pick one between Wiggins and Draymond to keep, it's kind of a tough question here. AW for Wiggins, DG for Draymond Green. We want to hear from the faithful down below. As for the latest injury update on Andrew Wiggins, Underdog NBA, Andrew Wiggins, ankle listed as questionable for Monday's game, so we'll see what happens with him. As always, we appreciate all of you for watching and keep it locked here for the best Dubs coverage.